Educational programs for adults come in all shapes, sizes, and formats. They vary from information or skill sessions lasting only an hour to day-long conferences and workshops to highly intensive programs offered at training centers and universities. Programs may be individualized, focused on professional or personal growth, or be designed for small or large groups of learners. My name is Jennifer Mitchell-Early. I help individuals and teams achieve organizational and personal success, and this is Leadership Matters. Today, we're talking about understanding the purpose of educational programs for adult learners. Educational programs for adults are conducted for 5 primary purposes and a variety of audiences. 1, to encourage continuous growth and development of individuals. Program examples include continuing education courses, such as a course on Chinese art and culture of the 19th and 20th centuries, sessions hosted at the public library, such as Fiction Writer's Toolbox, Learn the Basics of Writing Fiction, and workshops like Digital Literacy Basics, Windows 10, Microsoft Office programs, digital imaging, and cloud computing. 2, to assist people in responding to practical problems and issues of adult life. Program examples include, but aren't limited to, a seminar on ways to cope with life transitions, combination information/support group for newly diagnosed cancer patients and their families, and a series of pre-retirement seminars offered for all interested employees. 3, to prepare people for current and future work opportunities. Programs like New Worker Orientation Program, Formal Apprenticeship, and college and degree programs. Workshop on applications of new software packages to daily work activities. 4, to assist organizations in achieving desired results and adapting to change. Programs such as a 2-day seminar for all employees of an organization on total quality management, a workshop offered by the Council of Economic Development entitled Changing Demographics and the Implications for the Workplace, and an in-house seminar for all leadership on managing remote working environments. 5, to provide opportunities to examine community and societal issues. Program examples include a workshop on developing skills to increase student engagement and empowerment for teachers, administrators, and parents. A Community Earth Day celebration consisting of numerous learning opportunities and events, and a nationwide conference on climate change with a focus on health, economic, and social issues. Educational programs often serve more than one purpose. For example, workplace literacy programs are usually designed to assist individuals to develop their language and computation skills while at the same time meeting organizational and societal needs for competent workers. Within each of the 5 purposes for conducting educational programs is the expectation of change as an outcome or result. If you're finding this information valuable, please click the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time that I upload new content. Okay, back to it. Learning theories emphasize that learning a new complex pattern of behavior, like changing from a sedentary to an active lifestyle, normally requires modifying many of the small behaviors that compose an overall complex behavior. Principles of behavior modification suggest that a complex pattern of behavior, such as walking continuously for 30 minutes daily, can be learned by first breaking it down into smaller segments. For example, walking for 10 minutes daily. Behaviors that are steps toward a final goal need to be reinforced and established first, with rewards given for partial accomplishment if necessary. Incremental increases, such as adding 5 minutes to the daily walking each week, are then made as the complex pattern of behavior is shaped toward the targeted goal. A further complication to the change process is that new patterns of physical activity behavior must replace or compete with former patterns of inactive behaviors that are often satisfying. For example, watching television. Habitual behaviors like parking close to the door are behaviors cued by the environment, such as the presence of an elevator. Knowledge is not enough to change behavior. If it was, no one would be sedentary, smoke, or overeat to the point of becoming obese. And everyone would wear seatbelts, exercise, and lead an overall healthy lifestyle. However, knowledge is still important. It's critical to explain to patients why behavior changes need to be made. For example, understanding the health risks associated with being obese is essential in order to make a decision about losing weight and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. At the core of this issue is how education is being defined and applied in regard to behavioral change. The terms education and knowledge are often thought of interchangeably. However, education is a comprehensive term that can be defined as the process of receiving or giving systematic instruction, or as an enlightening experience, whereas knowledge is defined as facts, information, and skills acquired by a person through experience or education. Knowledge is a desired outcome of education. As the definition suggests, there are multiple types of knowledge: general knowledge or information, knowledge that increases personal awareness, and knowledge that increases skills. To this end, educational programs foster three kinds of change: individual change related to acquisition of new knowledge, building of skills, and examination of personal values and beliefs; organizational change resulting in new or revised policies, procedures, and ways of working; and community and societal change that allows for differing and disparate segments of society, for example, members of lower socioeconomic classes, women, minorities, etc., to respond to the world around them in alternative ways. At the crux of adult learning programs is the desire for change, which underlies all educational and training programs. But planning for change, that is, preparing the concrete and workable transfer of learning, has not often been an integral part of the planning process. Rather, people responsible for planning programs have assumed that somehow this transfer of learning would happen as long as their programs were well designed and executed. Adult education and learning comprises all forms of education and learning that aim to ensure that all adults participate in their societies and the world of work. It denotes the entire body of learning processes, formal, non-formal, and informal, whereby those regarded as adults by the society in which they live develop and enrich their capabilities for living and working, both in their own interests and those of their communities, organizations, and societies. In order to effectively plan educational programs for adult learners, programs must be designed with adult learners' needs and expectations in mind. How adults learn should be considered to ensure that the programs serve adult learners effectively. Simply stated, programs should be learner-centered, continual, flexible, comprehensive, and accessible. Since the needs of adult learners change with different external and internal contexts, planning programs for adult learners is a long-term and ongoing process.